Kunal, we're getting close to the end here,
Yeah,
and that was amazing. But do you have a moment to talk to us about your book?
sure, sure.
All right. So what we want to know first is what is an agentic parentologist,
hmm
and then tell us about the book.
Sure. Well, I'll say the book first because now it's sort of dated as things in AI become quickly. So it's more of an entry point around some of the ways in which I use AI with my child. I've been using it since he was 3. We do dream journals, like we'll visualize his dreams, and I've just realized, like as I've been looking at his dreams over the past 2 years, seeing this incredible shift of his dreams from 2 years ago all being about other things, right? Monster trucks and whales and dinosaurs. And now he's in all the dreams. And I'm like, whoa, what an interesting insight that I don't think I would have ever gotten had we not been visualizing his dreams for 3 years or 2 years. Um, dream journals, we do daily journals, and you should see his descriptive language, right? Think about as an English teacher, or any kind of teacher, where he started, what's your favorite memory of the day? And he'll be like, oh, it was when we were in the parking lot doing whatever, right? And now it's turned into the sky was blue, the wind was blowing, there were birds in the sky, there were 6 cars in the parking lot, it was really bright and sunny. His descriptive, because he's just growing up, obviously, but also he knows the better his words are, the better the prompt is. And that he's now is with dream journals. What he's doing now is, it's funny. He's figured out how to draft now and iterate, which I think is the coolest thing. But he'll describe his dream to see if the image comes up and looks like his dream, and then he'll look at it and he'll be like, "Nah, that's not right." And then he'll leave and he'll go into his little art corner and he'll pencil draw his dream, and then he'll like, "Bobby, take a picture of that. I'll take a picture of it," and then he'll describe it to ChatGPT, and then it'll give a new image, and then it'll be like, "Yep, okay, that's a lot closer." And so now he's learned to iterate with the AI, which is really cool. He walked across the street the other day, and he was like, "Bobby, AI." He said, "Bobby, the world is changing so fast." And I was like, "You're 5. What are you talking about? The world is changing so fast." And then I was like, "Wait, yeah, I guess in the last 5 years, the world has changed really fast." Yeah, you're not wrong. But I asked him why he said that, and he was like, "AI is getting so strong." And I was like, "Huh, okay, I mean, you're not wrong. Um, but how do you like? What does that mean to you?" And he was like, "Well, the images now are so good. They never used to be that good." And again, he's right about that, right? And so he's been able to visualize the growth of AI through the work that we've been doing, or the play, really, it's not work, the play that we've been doing together. But, to me, agentic parentology, or AI parentology in general, agentic, I'm still working on what that is. But AI parentology, to me, it was actually a term that was put on me by somebody else. I did a workshop for where one of my lenses is that through AI, we can actually reconnect in a storytelling way back to our more indigenous ways of communicating than we did in the past. And one of the ways that we do that is my son and I will record evening reflections. And when you record anything, right? I was hiking on a trail, we did this or whatever. I have a little app that I'm kind of finalizing right now, but I ask it to reflect the conversation through the lens of Ubuntu, through First Nations way of knowing, and through Maori epistemologies. And then I'm going to add some more as it goes. And so we can now talk about, through storytelling, I call this no screen AI because I turn the screen upside down and we don't look at AI. Screens were this sort of half measure we had to make because computers couldn't talk to us yet, right? Now they can talk to us, so let's get rid of this stupid screen, and we can get rid of all this anxious generation stuff too. But I think we do so much in our day to day that I think as parents we carry the whole burden of everything. And with AI, we not only have a partner to help us think through things, we have a partner to help create in the moment with, right? And it's not just about this moment of, supporting my child and helping him understand. And it's actually less that, because to me, as he grows up, AI is going to become more and more invisible. He's not even going to know it's there, right? It's just going to be embedded in things. And so rather we're really teaching a mindset shift, teaching a reflective like oral storytelling, whatever it is, like a human shift. I say a lot, and I say to my kid too, we've been brainwashed for 40 years to believe our values and the digital footprint we create, right? How many agendas did I make? How many emails did I send out? How many spreadsheets did I, whatever, right? Our digital footprint, but that's just digital footprint. That's just ones and zeros, right? That's just solid, that there's nothing human about that. But an AI model will never be able to do, an AI model is never going to be able to hold the hand of a child who just lost somebody, right? An AI model is never going to be able to laugh so hard that it can not stop laughing. It wants to stop laughing, and it's making other AI models crack up too. Like that's just not a thing that's ever going to happen, right? I'm never going to be able to sit in silence in a room with AI and feel like I'm with somebody, right? Which I can do with a human being, right? And so those are when I think of AI parentology, I think of using AI as a conduit to be able to reconnect with the most basic human elements of who we are, because we have this thing now that can do digital, frankly, better than we can do digital, and it should. That's its DNA. AI's DNA is digital. It should be able to do digital better. My DNA is organic. I'm going to do the organic world better. I can cook better than AI can. I can farm better than I can surf better, right? I can run better. I can do all those things better than AI. I can breathe better, right? All of those things I can do. That's what I want to lean into. That's what I want my child to lean into. And the microschool piece is part of parentology in the sense of sort of re-owning the centrality of the parent-child relationship, the sacred space that exists between a parent and child as the primary block of learning and an experiential experience through this world. And if we can reorient ourselves, because we have the power to do so now, rather than separate those things into work, school, all of these other things, and then you come home when you come home, if rather we can re-centralize that sacred space between the parent and child and have AI be our sort of helper. We won't need AI to be our helper for too much longer, but we do kind of need a little bit of help right now. To be our little bit of a helper right now, then I think we can reconnect. So that's sort of, my book doesn't go as deep into all of those pieces. It goes into more, it's a little bit more superficial in some of those spaces. And I don't go into the present ready and followership piece. That's more new. But I think I am actually working on the next piece of this, which is the agentic parent. And I'm wondering if I'm going to actually call it the agentic family, but I'll figure that out. But as part of work I'm doing right now, I'm building out this community, what's called Lighthouse Homes, which is going to be homes where the community, members of community, families, parents can come together and just do some interesting storytelling work, perhaps aided by AI, perhaps not. But it is sort of recentering again that community lens and that community connection and that home connection to then build from there, rather than allow all of this stuff to happen and then try to figure out how to fix it and put it in together at home. That's a long-winded answer to your question, but there it is. I don't have an elevator pitch for it yet, I don't think.
That was a pretty good pitch. I probably wouldn't change it.
Okay. Thank you.
No. And I do wish, somebody gave you that label, agentic parentologist. I wish I could get a cool nickname. Like nobody's landing good ones like that on me. That's not happening. It's even worse for Sean. So
Yeah.
now, Kunal, thank you from all of us. That's powerful. Like I'm gonna have to sit and journal for a while. It is amazing, and we appreciate your time totally and completely.
Absolutely
awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.